Alright. Don't know if there's anyone here yet. Get rid of you. Bring you over here. There we go. Right, where is everyone? There we go. No one here yet. Good. Good, good. Big lag. Okay, no, it's alright, it's good. Okay, we're okay. Hello. Welcome. You might have noticed a slight different change in... Is that playing with the lights? Thanks mate. Yeah, you might have noticed a small change in setup this evening. I'll explain that later. But yeah, welcome. Where are we? Oh, it's 8 o'clock. This stream should have gone live like 15 minutes ago, shouldn't it? Never mind. But welcome anyway. Oh no, it's been live. I'm fine, don't worry about me. I've only had one of these. Welcome everybody. Basically I have a meeting very early tomorrow morning, and if I do the quiz at my desk, it screws everything up and it takes ages to get stuff set up, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm just doing it here, quite plainly. Don't drink all of what? No. Oh, I haven't opened the good stuff yet, Dom. Don't worry. I'm bringing it up. This is Plymouth gin. So, so it's just going to be quite a simple quiz, low budget this week. Hope that's okay. Me sitting in my living room on my sofa. Although I do have my big light, so hopefully it's not as grainy. Although it does look pretty grainy, but never mind. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, cool. So we'll let people come on. Sorry about last week. There was no quiz. Was a bit poorly. But the doctor's given me some lovely new pills, so hopefully that won't happen again. Or if it does, it won't happen too harshly. Good. Cool. Yeah, we'll just wait for some people to join. We'll probably start about 5 past. Grab yourselves a drink and get ready for tonight's quiz. I know I am. Thanks, Danny. Yeah, I was a bit unsure. I've got these in black as well. I got both pairs. But I thought, because I'm wearing all black, I'd go for some light glasses, see what happens. So, mixing it up. Glad they're going down well. Cool. The picture round tonight isn't a picture round. I'll explain when we get there, but there are 5 rounds as... Well, I was going to say as always, but some weeks I just bore you all off. But yeah, so it's not a full picture round this week, but I'll explain when we get there. The answers are there's still 10 answers, as always. Yeah, cool. So we'll give another couple of minutes for people to arrive. And then we'll ask some questions, get some answers, see what happens. This really needs to be there. That's what that needs to be. There you go. I'm finding my setup, and that's what I'm doing. If this is here, I can still read all of your comments. Just like that. There you go. That's better. So I need to look down now rather than looking away. Although I need to look away for this guy, but maybe this guy goes here. And there you go. I can press buttons on here and see that we're getting there. We're working this out slowly but surely. So I do have an announcement. Next week's quiz will be the last the last permanent quiz. I may decide if lockdown does, if pub quizzes don't start up again soon, and if lockdown, if we have a second wave or whatever, assistance, then I may decide that I'll do a few more kind of ad hoc ones. But next week's will be the last permanently scheduled quiz. The Windsor have suggested that they'll be starting their pub quiz up again the 2nd week of August, so the week after next week when I finish that quiz. So they've suggested that maybe they'll start doing the quiz then. I spoke briefly to Saf the other day, so it could be that there's no break and that this quiz finishes and the Windsor starts up again, or it could be that there's 1 or 2 weeks just while they fix some stuff. But quizzes are coming back to the Windsor pretty soon, so this quiz will cease to exist, and we'll all hopefully start meeting there again. All those of us that at least that are able to. I know Chris and crew are somewhere in the south of France, so they can't join us. And we have people from all over the world that have joined in. But the core Windsor crew, I think we'll meet back there. So yeah, so next week's will be the last quiz. I'll do it properly. We'll have a big send-off. Yeah, I did vaguely consider the idea of continuing to stream the Windsor quizzes, but it was a bit of a headache, so I've decided to not stop thinking about that. But we'll have a proper send-off next week, so invite as many of your friends as you can. Let's try and get a lot of numbers next week for the final one, and maybe even do some dial-ins. You guys can phone on in and have a chat on the stream or whatever, but we'll have lots of fun. Yeah, thanks Jack, I'm feeling a lot better. I can tell if any migraine sufferers out there, and it was a bad one last week. You couldn't get out of bed for many an hour. So, but thankfully, all good. And I haven't had a migraine all week, which has been great because previously I'd been getting them about 1 a week. So hopefully this holds for a few days. But yeah, feeling a lot better. Thank you. And yeah. So cool. Okay, so it looks like we're nearly there. Most people are here. Welcome. So there are 5 rounds in tonight's quiz, as mostly always. The last round isn't a picture round. It's a quick fiery round, a bit like the picture round normally is. So I guess with that, everyone in, let's get started. We're going to do the first round, which is always connections. So round 1. I like this. This is good. This is a good little setup we've got here. Just got to hope that when I press these buttons, things actually happen. Question 1. The 2003 novel Starter for 10 by David Nichols is centred around Brian Jackson and his attempts to getting on which TV quiz show? That's the 2003 novel Starter for 10 by David Nichols is centred around Brian Jackson and his attempts at getting on which TV quiz show? So low budget, but we've still got lovely graphics, which is nice. Managed to get all those plumbed in today, so hopefully they hold. So a few other people that joined on the stream, I'll recap some things later on, but yeah, welcome, and remember to go to bit.ly for your /Windsor quiz for your sheets, yeah. Any questions? So yeah, you know what you're doing. You've all been here before. That was question 1. If people are joining late and they miss questions, just put the question numbers that you've missed in the chat, and I can repeat them at the end of the round. So question 2. The TV show Neighbours is set in a fictional suburb of which real-life Australian city? That's the TV show Neighbours is set in a fictional suburb of which real-life Australian city? Thanks, Lomas. Appreciate that. They're Polaroid. You can't see it because it's in, but they're Polaroid. So thought it was quite nice. I know actually you're quite a big fan of Taylor Swift's new album, aren't you, Danny? I didn't love it. I listened to it. I didn't love it. She was obviously going through some shit. I don't think there's a major key on that whole album. The whole thing's just like sad. So she was obviously going through some stuff, bless her. But I do really love in Cardigan. There's a really good line. I can't remember it now, but really good line about Peter losing Wendy. That line, it's very good. Question 3. Generally regarded as the first Bond girl, what was the name of the character played by Ursula Andress in the film Dr. No? That's generally regarded as the first Bond girl. What was the name of the character played by Ursula Andress in the film Dr. No? Okay, fair. Danny's a Taylor Swift superfan, so we're getting the full... Danny, rank every one of Taylor Swift's albums in order for everyone in the comments. I'm drinking this quite quickly. I might need another one. Um, I didn't drink this afternoon. I saw my mother briefly this afternoon. I didn't drink at all, which is great. Normally when I go over there, I get all wasted. Not her fault, my fault. I'm the alcoholic, not her. But question 4. What is the traditional gift for a 50th wedding anniversary? That's what is the traditional gift for a 50th wedding anniversary? Yes, this is a connection round. So you're looking for a connection that unites all 9 of these first questions. So question 10 is, what is the connection between these previous 9 answers? It's not a 2-part one like sometimes. This is one round, full connection between all of these answers. Ba-da-ba-ba. I always forget that cameras are in reverse. I was like, oh, sort my hair out a little bit, and then I went to the wrong side of my head. Yeah, not your fault there, Ma. Not your fault. Question 5. In a famous 1980s TV advert by the Milk Marketing Board, a fan tells Liverpool player Ian Rush that if he didn't drink milk, he would only be good enough to play for which Lancashire team? That's in a famous 1980s TV advert by the Milk Board. A fan tells Liverpool player Ian Rush that if he didn't drink milk, he would only be good enough to play for which Lancashire team? That was question 5. So again, just for a few of those that join later, you might not know, but this next week's quiz will be the last scheduled quiz. I might do a few more, but they'll be the last scheduled one. So make sure you invite everyone in your teams next week. We'll have a proper send-off. We'll try and do a big proper quiz with all the bells and whistles for our last one, and send this off in style. And thank you all for playing. I mean, I'll thank you all probably next week, but it's been great. This is week 16, I think, so pretty good of you all to have hung around. Question 6. Who often uses the catchphrase, "It's good, but it's not right," when presenting the TV show Catchphrase between 1986 and 1999? That's who often used the catchphrase, "It's good, but it's not right," when presenting the TV show Catchphrase between 1986 and 1999. Okay, so for those who aren't in the comments, Danny's ranking is 1989, Speak Now, Folklore, Reputation, Red, Fearless, and Lover. So there we go. So 1989 is Danny's favourite album. Lover is the worst. Folklore coming in the middle there somewhere. Oh, well, I mean third actually. Third, pretty good. So play along at home if any of you want to rank Taylor Swift albums in order for you. Please do. What one, Danny? Which one was Dear John on? No, wait. I mean, not Dear John. Love Story. It's a love story. That was good. That was my favourite song. My favourite Taylor Swift song. It's probably her first one. Was that on? I don't know what that was on. Question 7. What word can go after Mad, Wild and Ordinary to give the titles of 3 different UK top 5 singles? That's what word can go after Mad, Wild and Ordinary to give the titles of 3 different UK top 5 singles. Mother, you know who Taylor Swift is. You might not like her, but you know who she is. Yeah, that would make sense. Fearless makes about. That was an early. That was her first album, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, that makes sense. Wasn't that about her and John Mayer? Well, she had a song about John Mayer. That was a different song, maybe on the same album. I'm not sure. I don't know. I get confused. We've now spent far too long talking about Taylor Swift. Just FYI. So that was question 7. What word can go after Mad, Wild and Ordinary to give the titles of 3 different UK top 5 hit singles? Question 8. What is the common surname of 3 different snooker players who have each won the World Snooker Championship at least 6 times? That's what is the common surname of 3 different snooker players that have each won the World Snooker Championship at least 6 times. Wow. Do I know that? I think I know that. I think there's only one answer, but I'm not sure. I'm second guessing myself. There's just one of them. I'm not sure that they've won it 6 times. They've definitely won it a bunch. That's a hard question. Anyway, I'll know when I see the answers in a minute. So remember, you're looking for a connection in this. Oh, I know the connection. Yeah, I've got to be right. I think I'm right. Oh, there's a little fly, a little like mosquito thing. Get rid of him. Question 9. 19 years after her death, Mother Teresa, however you say that. Some people say it Teresa, some people say it Teresa. I don't know. I feel like there should be a H in there maybe. I don't know. Mother Teresa was canonised in 2016 as Saint Teresa of which Indian city? That's 19 years after her death, Mother Teresa was canonised in 2016 as Saint Teresa of which Indian city? And question 10 is, what is the connection between the previous 9 answers? So anyone that needs any repeats, pop the question numbers in the chat and I can repeat them. Otherwise, have a think on those, find the common link between all of those answers, or as many of you've got, and work backwards. And then in a moment we'll go on and do our second round, which I believe is music. But can't remember until I only put it into this software like 20 minutes ago, but I still can't remember. So when I press the button, we'll know for sure. But I think it's music. So give you a minute or so on that one. Okay then, so that was the end of round 1. Give you another 30 seconds or so for any repeats in the chats before we start the next round. No, there's no limit, no, there's no limit. That was a tune, absolute tune. Okay then, so now we'll go on and do round 2. Round 2 this evening, there we go, I was right, is a music round. I'm going to ask you 10, I was going to say 10 general knowledge questions, but they're not general knowledge, they're music questions. I'm going to ask you 10 questions about music. So, question 11. Who joined Stevie Wonder to sing Happy Birthday when he headlined the Glastonbury Festival in 2010, and joined Coldplay to sing My Way when they headlined the festival in 2016? And that's who joined Stevie Wonder to sing Happy Birthday when he headlined that is when Stevie Wonder headlined the Glastonbury Festival in 2010, and joined Coldplay to sing My Way when they headlined the festival in 2016. So to make it clear, the person that joined them was not a headliner, ever, at any festival. Question 2. Oh, question, sorry, 11, 12. Question 12. The musical Miss Saigon is based on which opera by Puccini? I'm not going to try and say that. Giacomo Puccini. That's what I'm going to go for. But the musical Miss Saigon is based on which opera by Puccini? That would be a fun game. Maybe next week for the final quiz. Maybe that should be a rule. Every time I read a question incorrectly in any way, we should all have to do a shot. We'd be dead by the end of the quiz, but it would be a great send-off. Question 13. In 1964, you see, we'd be shotting right then. In 1964, I Want to Be Your Man was the first ever song performed on the BBC TV show Top of the Pops. Which well-known group performed it? That's in 1964, I Want to Be Your Man was the first ever song performed on the BBC TV show Top of the Pops. Which well-known group performed it? These last 16 weeks have just been a trial run for me to get a hosting job in Blue Peter. It's not gone well. They've not called. Feel robbed, if I'm being honest with you. Feel robbed. So remember, this is just the music round, no connection or anything to look for here, just find the correct answer. Question 14. Also the title of her 2017 number one hit single, singer Camila Cabello was born in which capital city? That's also the title of her 2017 number one hit single. Singer Camila Cabello was born in which capital city? Is there a capital city called Senorita? I want another drink, but I've got more questions to ask, so we'll just move quickly. It'll be fun. I should have brought them all in here. I should have brought everything with me. That was question 14. And now question 15. Question 15. Taken from the titles of Marx Brothers films, which group recorded the 1970s albums A Night at the Opera and A Day at the Races? That's taken from the titles of Marx Brothers films, which group recorded the 1970s album A Night at the Opera and A Day at the Races? Their 1980s album Duck Soup was rejected by executives. Didn't like it. Señorita. Okay, question 16. What connects the song I Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye, When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge, Spaceman by Babylon Zoo, and Inside by Stiltskin? Read that wrong. Shot. Stiltskin. So that's what connects the songs I Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye, When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge, Spaceman by Babylon Zoo, and Inside by Stiltskin. Oh, Spaceman, what a tune. I always wanted you to go into space, man. Question 17. Which music magazine was published for the final time in July 2020, 34 years after it was founded, by presenters of the TV show The Old Grey Whistle Test, Mark Ellen and David Hepsworth, or Hepworth, sorry. That's which music magazine was published for the final time in July 2020, 34 years after it was founded by presenters of the TV show The Old Grey Whistle Test, Mark Ellen and David Hepworth. Question 18. In the lyrics of Don McLean, we'd be drunk before the end of round 2, Danny. Your idea for shotting is a terrible one, I've just decided. In the lyrics of the Don McLean song American Pie, what month of the year made me shiver with every paper I deliver? That's in the lyrics of the Don McLean song American Pie. What month of the year made me shiver with every paper I deliver? Question 19. In musical notation, how many horizontal lines make up a stave? That's in musical notation, how many horizontal lines make up a stave? Stave. My mouth makes a weird shape when I say the word stave. Just FYI, just in case you were wondering. And your last question of the music round, question 20. Which female singer had at least one UK #1 single in every year from 2007 to 2013? That's which female singer had at least one UK #1 single in every year from 2007 to 2013. So as always, any that you were unsure of or you want repeats on or anything like that, pop the question numbers in the chat and I can go through those. Otherwise, shall we barrel straight into the next round or shall we refresh our drinks? Shall we take a minute to refresh our drinks? Because I think I need one. What I'll do is, I'll give you all 35-40 seconds before we start the next round. Pop in the chat any repeats you want. We'll start the next round in about a minute's time when I've refilled this. BRB. That's how we do. Ice and everything. Although no limes. I've got no limes. I'll make it work. Okay. Let's, I assume no one's left, so let's go in and do round 3, which I think is a round called High Fives. So I think I'm going to ask you 2 questions. There are 5 answers to each question. They make up the 10 answers for this round. So if you go to the round 3 sheet, there are 10 spaces for 10 answers. The 10 answers for this round are made up from the 5 answers to these 2 questions a piece. So it'll become apparent when the questions come on the screen. But round 3 for you all is High Fives. So the first question, question 21, which makes up answers, makes up answers 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, is: in the series of children's novels by Enid Blyton, what are the first names of the famous 5? So these make up your first 5 answers: answer 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. That's in the series of children's novels by Enid Blyton. What are the first names of the famous 5? Someone's going to come in with some weird clarification. Oh, in one of the books they mentioned a dog or some. No, I just no. To be fair, I probably should have waited, put this question on screen, and then went and refilled my drink so that you guys had a little bit of time to think. But, you know, we live and learn. We live and we learn. So I'll just leave that up for another minute or so, just give you some some time to think. Well, I make myself comfortable because it's my sofa, so, you know, bed in. Go to sleep for a bit if I want, wake up, carry on. No, I'm not going to go to sleep. I want to go out partying. I kind of want to go clubbing, you know? I'm in that mood. I mean, I do have a very early meeting tomorrow morning, but I'm still kind of in the mood to go clubbing. Okay then, so now I'm going to ask your second question of this round, which makes up answers 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. So there are 5 answers to the second question as well. But your second question in this round is: according to a 2018 YouGov survey to celebrate World Book Day, what are Roald Dahl's 5 most widely read books among Brits? So the answers to questions 26, 27, 28, 29 or 30 are the 5 most read Roald Dahl books according to YouGov in 2018 in the UK. Or, well, according to a poll in 2018. It might not have been read that year, but... So that makes up your next 5 answers for this round. Anyone that's unsure, pop in chat and I can clarify, but hopefully that makes sense. Between those 2 questions there are 30 answers. Fill them in the slots provided. And then we'll move on to our next round. Our next round, I believe, is going to be fun and games. Fun and games. Because we all like lots of fun. And occasionally a game or 2. I found my Scrabble board. Oh, there's no Scrabble. I did think about the Scrabble word, but because I knew I wasn't doing my desk, it's like, where do you put it? Like, I could like rest it up here or something, but it would have been hard. It didn't make any sense. But we'll have one next week. Next week will be all singing, all dancing, final quiz. Bring all your friends, bring all your family. We're going to have a great time. We'll have a nice drink to celebrate the final quiz. It'll be lovely. I might also do it. In fact, I will definitely do it. I'll have a Zoom link. Anyone that wants to pop in and say hello, we'll put you up here in the corner. We'll put a little box up here in the corner, and you can pop in, say hello, chat. Maybe if you're with a team, we can dial in the team. It'll be great. It'll be great fun. Message me in the week if you want to get a Zoom call together. You want to pop into the chat next week for the last quiz, and I'll make it happen in the corner. I'll pull up your Zoom thing. It'll be great. So there we go. So that is that's that round. That's the high five round. I guess no one needs any longer. No one's asked for any clarifications in the chats. The top 5 Roald Dahl books in 2018, and the name of the 5 of the famous 5, not the Fab 5, the Fab 5. Karamo, JVN. Okay then. So that joke was funny to only a few people watching, but I found it brilliant. Great. Okay, so now we'll do the next round, which is, as I said, is. Did I say what it was? What is it? Huh? It's fun and games. There we go. I think. Let's find out. Fun and games. Wow, it's gone very quickly today. Have I been moving very, very quickly? Have I been moving too quickly? I didn't feel like I've been moving much quicker than normal, but I guess because I'm not drunk. Basically, anytime I do this quiz and I'm not drunk, it goes very quickly, doesn't it? If I do this quiz and I'm very drunk, it seems to last for weeks. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe I should stop getting drunk on the quizzes. Okay, so question 31 for you. In the original version of Band-Aids, Do They Know It's Christmas? Who sings the phrase, "But when you're having fun"? That's in the original version of Band-Aids, Do They Know It's Christmas? Who sings the phrase, "But when you're having fun"? There's a world outside your window, and it's a world of love and joy. Whatever, it's a world of something. I don't know. Can't remember that line. There was Rich, who I hope is watching. Hello, Rich. Get the words out, Alan. He asked me a question the other day about how many versions of that there had been. And there was, it turns out there was like 9 or something crazy. There was a bunch that he knew that I had no idea about. Well, yeah, Danny makes a good point. They don't have calendars in Africa, exactly. But also, most of Africa is Muslim and doesn't celebrate Christmas anyway. So, well, no, they probably don't know. And even if they do know, they don't really care. And also, and there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. There's never fucking snow in Africa. What are they on about? Bob Geldof though, isn't it? Can't write a song to save his life. Don't come at me with that one song that the Boomtown Rats did that was vaguely okay. What else have they done? Nothing. That's my point. Major, he can write a song. Oh, Vienna. You know what I'm saying? Question 32. In 2014, which member of the royal family launched the Invictus Games? That's in 2014. Which member of the royal family launched the Invictus Games? Yeah, there is snow on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, that's a fair point. And there's a few other high points. Occasionally you get a little bit of snow at the peaks. But in general, it doesn't snow in Africa. Like, you're not getting a ton of snow in the Sahara. Like, that isn't happening a great deal. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not like Norway, is it? Brian says that Morocco has a ski resort. Again, up high, sure. Yeah, and also, both Kilimanjaro and Morocco, they're like quite north in terms of Africa. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go a bit further south. Like, you're telling me that Kenya gets a fair amount of snow? Of course you saw it. There's no one else in the world apart from my mum who is like so happy that they saw the Boomtown Rats. I mean, like, how old's Bob Geldof? Like 94 or something? Love it. I love that makes you happy, Mum. Question 33. In which 2010 film do the main characters visit a theme park called Super Silly Funland? That's in which 2010 film do the main characters visit a theme park called Super City Funland? Not going to lie to you, I would definitely go to a theme park called Super City Funland. Kilimanjaro, is it near the equator? I mean, not that near. I mean, it's nearer than we are. It's not like... Wait, where is Maybe I'm drawing a picture badly in my head. But either way, it's up high, it doesn't count. My point is, in general, it doesn't snow much in Africa. And I think that's a fair point. It doesn't snow a great deal in Africa in general. It doesn't snow a great deal here either. I'm not saying, I'm not making the claim that line would have worked any better here in England. It doesn't snow tons here. Just saying, if you wanted somewhere that it does snow a lot, and you're like, oh, it's not going to snow as much this year, like maybe pick somewhere where it snows a ton. Norway, Greenland, Finland, Iceland. Any of the Iceland, it's in the name, Well, frozen water in some description. Question 34. Who starred as Jack Ryan in the 1992 film Patriot Games? That's who starred as Jack Ryan in the 1992 film Patriot Games. You guys slow me down with that segue on snowing and Bob Geldof and Majeur. Well, Majeur was really just me, but... Also, Helen, you made a good point a minute ago there. Given the corruption in the IOC, I would not be at all surprised if the next Winter Games did happen in Somalia or somewhere. Yeah, this works. I mean, they chose to put a friggin' World Cup in Qatar. Not sure how that's going to work. Question 36. Wait, what? No, question 35. There you go, I missed the question. Yeah. In 2015, which industry introduced the slogan, "When the fun stops, stop"? That's in 2015. Which industry introduced the slogan, "When the fun stops, stop"? Qatar. They've had to air condition the streets in Qatar to stop killing people when they go to watch sport. It's madness. Madness. I nearly worked for the IOC. That would have been fun. Probably not. But so that was question 35 in 2015. Which industry introduced the slogan, "When the fun stops, stop"? Question 36. What games take place in a fictional country called Panem? That's what games take place in a fictional country called Panem. It's pretty weird. This camera here, the one on my screen with the auto cue and everything on it, this is in real time, so I can see myself on this screen in real time. But then just here, I've got the YouTube stream, which has got all the comments and stuff on it, and at the top of the YouTube screen, there's the slight delay of 2 or 3 seconds. So I see myself do something, and then out the corner of my eye, I see myself do the same thing again, and it's quite off-putting, I won't lie to you. Question 37. Who had a hit single in 1984 with "Girls Just Wanna Have Fun"? My daddy said, "When you gonna live your life right? Oh, daddy dear, you know you're still number one. Girls, they wanna have fun." Yeah, Danny, I don't question that Qatar started a pretty intense PR campaign to get people to choose their country to host sporting events, but I also just think that it probably helped that that they were paying officials millions, hundreds of millions of pounds to pick them. That's going to help. #oil money. So question 37, who had a hit single in 1984 with Girls Just Wanna Have Fun? When you gonna live your life right? Question 38. That one there. Which video game developer has its origins in a company called Service Games of Japan, being dissolved in 1960, and two new companies buying its assets and later merging? That's which video game company has its origins in a company called Service Games of Japan, being dissolved in 1960, and then two new companies buying its assets and later merging? Danny, I think there's more than one horse racing stable that's still about today because of the money from Qatar. The Qatari royal family just bought all of South Bank. I think most of London is afloat because of Qatari money. Not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying not a great place to host a World Cup or Olympics or whatever it is they got. I think they got a World Cup, didn't they? They got the World Cup, yeah. Just doesn't seem, or did they get the Olympics? I don't know, whatever they got. It doesn't seem like an ideal place. That said, they do own a ton of great racehorses, so. And as I said, literally all of South Bank. Question 39. In the nursery rhyme Hey Diddle Diddle, who laughed to see such fun? That's in the nursery rhyme Hey Diddle Diddle, who laughed to see such fun? Was it A, the little boy, B, the little dog, or C, the little spoon? I was going to make a horrible joke then. I was going to make an absolutely horrible joke then, but I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to do that because this is a family quiz. Just saying, those three answers aren't mutually exclusive. Ba-dum. Sorry. So, I mean, I did make the joke, didn't I? I mean, I made it slightly better than I was going to make it originally so that it's harder to understand for some people, but I made it anyway. My Facebook's going mad, I don't know why. Okay, so that is question 39 in the nursery rhyme Hey Diddle Diddle, who laughed to see such fun? Was it A, the little boy, B, the little dog, or C, the little spoon? Yeah, it's good. I thought it was a pretty good joke, to be fair. But I mean, slightly risque, but I've made worse. And question 40, the last question of these rounds. Which nation has won more gold medals than any other in the history of the Commonwealth Games? That's which nation has won more gold medals than any other in the history of the Commonwealth Games? Right next to the microphone as well, so the microphone's down here today. Put it on the floor. Didn't have a desk, so. Okay then, if no one wants any repeats, or if anyone doesn't want any repeats rather, pop them in the chat and I can go through them all. Otherwise, we'll get ready, and in a second we're going to do the picture round, but the picture round this week isn't a picture round, it's another text-based round. In this text-based round, I'm going to give you two names, the names of two famous people, or as Andy points out every week, I'm not sure you really need famous there because I wouldn't be asking about them if they were just friends of mine. I'm going to give you the names of two people who are well known, and I would like you to tell me if they're all yes or no, the answer to all of these. Were they alive at the same time? So the two people you're about to see, were they all alive at the same time? Yes or no? As in each question. So the first question, two names. Were they alive at the same time? Yes or no? Next question. Were they alive at the same time? Yes or no? So that's the format of this final round. I'm going to show you 10 sets of 2 names, and I would like you to tell me if each of those sets were alive at the same time. Make sense? Originally I was going to do them as pictures, picture 1 and picture 2, but that made it harder because then you had to know who they were, and it just didn't seem. So I thought I'd do it text-based. Also, I was being a bit lazy. So you're going to see text-based, the names of 2 people 10 times, and I'd like you to tell me if they were alive at the same time. Hope that makes sense for everyone. So we'll go on straight on to picture 5, which is alive together, because that's a thing. Say it again. Absolutely. Is that a sarcasm because I said it so many times? But you're about to see 10 sets of 2 names. In each case, I would like you to say yes or no. Were they alive at the same time? Hey Tash, I cycled past you the other day. You were on Lower Road, and I was cycling with Dom and a few people, and I was like, oh, there's Tash. So hello. But yeah. Okay, so picture 1. Question 1. Marilyn Monroe and Madonna. So the answer to this question is yes or no. Were they alive at the same time? Yes or no? So nice and simple. Have to work out when you think they died. Work out if there's a crossover. Yes or no. So these are the 10. I'm going to do 10 sets of these. And this makes up your picture round. So on your answer sheets, you're on the picture answers round. There's 10 picture answer rounds. Just put yes or no in each of those boxes. On this one, obviously, other rounds it doesn't matter so much if you get the order wrong, because I can sort of work out what you mean. But as these are all yes or no questions, the order is very important. So make sure you get your yes and no's in the right places in these 10 answers. Otherwise, you won't get the points next week. Because obviously, if you put a yes in a no field, I don't know. So, yeah. So Marilyn Monroe and Madonna, were they ever alive at the same time? And your picture 2, well, I'm going to call them picture 2 because that's what the fields on the answer sheet say, but you know what I mean. Picture 2 is going to be Vincent van Gogh and Andy Warhol. So Van Gogh and Warhol. Andy Warhol, were they alive at the same time? Yes or no? So I can go through some of the ends as well. I can sort of repeat some of the rounds, but maybe write them down as well. We'll get them all out there, give you some time to think through all of your answers before you submit. So number 3, Winston Churchill and Boris Johnson. Were they alive at the same time? Winston Churchill, Boris Johnson. That was 3. Picture 4, John Lennon and John Legend. That one was hard. John Lennon and John Legend. So, were they alive at the same time? So, John Lennon and John Legend, were they alive at the same time? Picture 5. James Dean and Johnny Depp. James Dean and Johnny Depp. Were they alive at the same time? Picture 6. Keep saying picture, but J.K. Rowling and Agatha Christie. Or Agatha Christie. So J.K. Rowling. my friend Beth just sent me a screenshot of me. Hi Beth. J.K. Rowling or Agatha Christie, were they alive at the same time? That is number 6. It's just such a horrible picture of me as well. She just shows the worst screenshot to take then. Brilliant. Picture 6. Wow. Okay. So 7. Press the wrong button. Yeah. No, we're back now. We're good. So 7 is Donald Trump and Adolf Hitler. Were they alive at the same time? Yeah. Yeah, you got to black out the screen anytime you talk about Donald Trump or Adolf Hitler. I say Adolf sometimes when I want to be American because the Americans say Adolf because they're idiots. Well, certainly that American's an idiot. And then number 8, picture 8. Walt Disney and Steven Spielberg. Were they alive at the same time? Walt Disney and Steven Spielberg. I mean, technically, I think because Walt Disney got frozen cryogenically, isn't he still alive? Is that a weird technicality? That's not a weird that's not what I'm looking for in this question. That doesn't count. Picture 9. Jane Austen and Charles Dickens. Were they ever alive at the same time? I say that, spoiler alert, they're both dead. But when they were alive, were they ever alive at the same time? Jane Austen and Charles Dickens. And your last question of tonight's quiz, the very last question of tonight's quiz, number 10, Al Capone and Al Pacino. Were they ever alive at the same time? Al Capone and Al Pacino. Al Pacino, I think, is still alive. In fact, he is still alive. So, Al Capone die before Al Pacino was born? Because spoiler alert, Al Capone is dead. And there we go. So that is that's the Dead or Alive round, or the Alive Together round, more specifically. If anyone missed any, pop the question numbers in the chats, or just pop the names in the chats and I can repeat them. Otherwise, great. I'll give you a minute or so to submit all of your answers, and then we'll go through the correct answers for the round. So yeah, and also you're submitting everything at this point. So you're submitting. Over there. Yeah, you're submitting obviously the answers to the whole quiz. So just need to get the answers so that I can give them to you, because it'll be a pretty shit quiz if I didn't tell you what you got right or wrong, especially because quite often I forget to tell you the actual scores on a week. So here we go. Let's just get the answers. Just like magic. That one. There we go. So answers are ready to go. So if there's no repeats needed, everyone's happy. Hit submit on your answers. In fact, I'll give you another 30 seconds because I'm going to grab another quick drink while I run through those answers. So you've got another 30 seconds. And he's back. Right. So the answers to tonight's quiz. Sorry, I just got a very nice message from a very nice friend. Okay, the answers to tonight's quiz. Round one. I always need to do this. Round one's connections, so it's fine. I can just tell you the connections round. Everyone hit submit on your answers, and we'll go through there. The novel Starter for 10, centred around University Challenge. There's also a film by the same name. Stars just about everyone. Stephen Fry's in it, and a bunch of other people. The TV show Neighbours is set in a fictional suburb of Melbourne. Generally regarded as the first Bond girl, Ursula Andress played Honey Rider. What a name. The traditional gift for a 50th wedding anniversary is gold. In the famous 1980s TV advert by the Milk Marketing Board, Liverpool player Ian Rush is told that if he didn't drink milk, he'd only be good to play for Accrington Stanley. Who are they? And Roy Walker often said, "It's good, but it's not right." Number 7, the word that can go after mad, wild, and ordinary to give the titles of 3 different UK top hit singles is World, Mad World by Tears for Fears and Gary Jules and Michael Andrews, Wild World by Cat Stevens, and Ordinary World by John Legend. Oh, no, Ordinary World? Wait, that was not John Legend, that's Ordinary People. What was Ordinary World? Someone will tell me, I don't know. Ordinary World? I know that song. Someone tell me in the comments. 8. What is the common surname of the 3 different snooker players to have each won World Snooker Championships at least 6 times? It's Davis, Joe Davis, Fred Davis, and Steve Davis. 19 years after her death, Mother Teresa was canonised as the Saint of Teresa of Calcutta, And the connection is sporting cups. I'll accept cup, but any form of sporting cup. You can have the Challenge Cup in rugby league, the Melbourne Cup in horse racing, the Ryder Cup in golf, the Gold Cup in horse racing, the Stanley Cup in ice hockey, the Walker Cup, which just says Walker Cup, I guess it's a type of cup, I don't know. The World Cup, ET football, Davis Cup in tennis, the Calcutta Cup in rugby union. So our second round was music. So the answers to our music round. Who joined Stevie Wonder and Coldplay for their sets at Glastonbury? It was Michael Eavis, who is the founder of the festival. So Michael Eavis is the answer there. The musical Miss Saigon is based on Madame Butterfly by Puccini. In 1964, I Wanna Be Your Man was the first ever song on BBC's Top of the Pops. It was sung by the Rolling Stones. 2017, singer Camila Cabello was born in Havana. She's Cuban. 5, taken from the titles of Marx Brothers albums, A Night at the Opera and A Day at the Races are both albums by Queen. What connects? I Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye. When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge. Spaceman by Babylon Zoo. And Inside by Stiltskin. They were all used in adverts for Levi jeans. So Levi jeans is the correct answer there. And if you got that, please go outside more. Just more than you currently do. Just get out, see the world, anything. Just because if you got that, that's... what music magazine was published for the last time in July 2020? It was Q. The lyrics from the Don McLean song American Pie, what month of the year made me shiver with every paper I'd deliver? It was February. February made me shiver with every paper I'd deliver. In musical notation, how many horizontal lines make up a stave? There are 5 horizontal lines in a stave. And number 10, the female singer that had at least one UK #1 single in every year from 2007 to 2013. Some of you might have thought the answer to this was Adele, because I did. And yeah, but it's not. It's Rihanna. So there you go. Round 3 was our high fives round. So in the high fives round, you can have these first 5 in any order. So the first 5 answers here in any order. But they need to be Julian, Dick, George or Georgina, Anne, and Timmy. So Julian, Dick, George or Georgina, Anne and Timmy. Those first 5 answers in any order will get you points. These next 5, again in any order, you can have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, James and the Giant Peach, the BFG, Matilda, and rather surprisingly, the Twits. I'm not sure that wouldn't have been on the list. So those are, let me just quickly check in the comments to make sure everyone's happy with what's going on here. Good. Say it again, please. Say what again, please? JK, so much. And we're good. Duran Duran. That's a good response there. Yes. Duran. Is that right? Ordinary World. Yeah. Very good. Well done. That is the song I was thinking of. Okay, round 4 is our fun and games round. It's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye. The original version of Band-Aid, Who Sings But When You're Having Fun, again, Duran Duran, is Simon Le Bon. So Simon Le Bon sounds there, not Duran Duran, which is the ordinary question that we talked about before. Which member of the royal family launched the Invictus Games in 2014? It was Prince Harry. Don't mind me, just thirsty. The title characters in the 2010 movie that visited Super Silly Funland. The movie was Despicable Me. Never seen it. Who stars Jack Ryan in the 1992 film Patriot Games? It was Harrison Ford. The slogan, "When the fun stops, stop," is associated with the gambling industry. who had a hit single in 1984 with Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, went on to write an amazing musical called Kinky Boots. You should all go and check it out, although it's closed in London. But if it ever comes back, check it out. She won a Tony, brilliant. Her name is Cyndi Lauper, who you all know, but she also wrote a musical, which is great. The video games company that was dissolved and then bought and then became two companies, it was Sega. The first two letters of both service and games. That's how they get their name, Sega. In the nursery rhyme, Hey Diddle Diddle, who laughed to see such fun? Was it the little boy, the little dog, or the little spoon? It was the little dog. And who has won the most gold medals of anyone at the Commonwealth Games? It's Australia. Australia won the most medals of anyone at the Commonwealth Games. So now we'll go on to our final round, which was Live Together. So the first two were Marilyn Monroe and Madonna. The correct answer here is yes. Marilyn Monroe was born in 1926. She died in 1962. And Madonna was born in 1958. So that's yes, they were born. They were alive together. Vincent van Gogh and Andy Warhol, no. Van Gogh was born in 1853 and died in 1890. Warhol was born in 1929 and then died in 87. So a gap of about 40 years between those two. 38 years. Winston Churchill and Boris Johnson. The correct answer there is yes. Churchill was born in 1874 and then died in 1965. Boris Johnson was born in 1964. So Boris Johnson was just born before Churchill died. John Lennon and John Legend. The correct answer is yes. Lennon was born in 1940 and then killed in 1980. And John Legend was born in 1978. So he was a few years old. What I love about that is Seb has no idea that he just walked past that door in his boxer shorts and everyone could see him. Sorry, Seb. 5. James Dean and Johnny Depp. No, is the correct answer. James Dean was born in 1931 and died in 1955. And Johnny Depp was born in 1963. No. 6. J.K. Rowling and Agatha Christie. Yes, Agatha Christie was born in 1960. Wait, what? Sorry. J.K. Rowling was born in 1965. Agatha Christie was born in 1890, but didn't die until 1976. So that's a yes. Donald Trump and Adolf Hitler. You would assume that they were born, sort of from the same mother almost, given how similar they are. But the correct answer is no. Donald Trump was born in 1946, and obviously Adolf killed himself in 1945, and his wife, or his girlfriend, and the dog. Why did you kill the dog? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just, of all the bad things he did, that's sort of up there, isn't it? That was a joke. Everything else he did was way worse than that. But Walt Disney and Steven Spielberg. Yes, they were alive at the same time. Walt Disney was born in 1901 and died in 1966, the year my mother was born. And Steven Spielberg was born in 1946. So he's pretty old. 9. Jane Austen and Charles Dickens. Yes, they were alive at the same time. Jane Austen was born in 1775 and died in 1817. Charles Dickens was born in 1812 and died in 1870, so an overlap of 5 years there. And then finally, Al Capone and Al Pacino. The correct answer is yes. Al Capone was born in 1899 and died in 1947. And Al Pacino was born in 1940 and is still kicking. So there you go. Those were all of the answers. The dog was a Nazi too. Brilliant. So those are all of the answers for tonight's quiz. Hopefully you had fun. As a reminder, next week will be the last quiz. Next week's our last quiz, our last scheduled quiz. I might do one or two more sporadically. follow the group on Facebook, and I'll let you know, and also send out messages to other people to let you know if we do any in between now and when. But I think from sort of the end of next month, the pubs are going to start opening back up for quizzes. So hopefully we'll be doing these in real life. So next week will be the last scheduled quiz. Bring your friends and family. I'll make it a good one. I'll have my desk out and everything. We'll have a good time. I might even do a bonus. I might even do an additional round. Instead of 5 rounds, I might even do 6 rounds next week. That's how much we might go out with a bang. So look forward to seeing you all then for the last quiz. Thank you so much for playing tonight and every week. And cheers. I'll speak to you all soon.